All right, welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving deep. Think of it like a tour of this incredible microscopic factory, one that runs 24/7 for decades. We're going to explore the internal machinery and all the support systems that make the male reproductive system tick. So let's jump right in.
So, have you ever really thought about that? How on earth does a factory this tiny produce millions upon millions of sperm cells every single day? It's kind of mind-blowing, right? Well, that's exactly what it is, a high-efficiency factory. And today, we're going to follow that whole process, right from the raw materials all the way to the finished product.
Okay, so first up on our tour, we're heading straight to the factory floor. We're talking about the testes. This is where it all starts. Now, the testes are serious multitaskers. They've got two huge jobs. Job number one, produce sperm. That's their primary function. But job number two is just as important. They're also the manufacturing hub for male hormones, especially testosterone. And they're housed in the scrotum for a very clever reason. It keeps them just a little bit cooler, about 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius cooler than the rest of the body. And that slight temperature drop, it's the absolute perfect condition for making high-quality sperm.
And inside, this factory is incredibly well organized. It's not just one big open space. Each testis is actually split up into about 250 little compartments. These are called testicular lobules. A great way to think about them is like different departments or workshops within the main factory, and each one is just jam-packed with machinery.
So, if the lobules are the departments, what's inside them? Well, this is where you find the actual assembly lines. They're called the seminiferous tubules. And when I say coiled, I mean highly coiled. You'll find 1 to 3 of these super long tubes in every single lobule. This is the exact spot, the assembly line, where spermatogenesis, the creation of sperm, actually happens.
But, an assembly line doesn't run itself. You need a skilled crew, right? So let's meet the specialized workers, the cells that make this whole production possible. What's amazing is the perfect division of labor they have. So inside the assembly line tubules, you've got the Sertoli cells. You can call them the nursemaids. Their whole job is to feed and support the developing sperm. Then, in the little spaces between the tubules, you find the Leydig cells. These guys are the hormone managers. They're the ones pumping out the testosterone that basically powers this whole operation.
Okay, so the sperm have been produced. Now what? They can't just hang out on the factory floor. They've got to be shipped out. So they need to be stored, matured, and then sent on their way through a pretty complex network of ducts. Let's follow that path.
So first up, they're collected from all the different assembly lines into a central network called the rete testis. Think of it as a collection point. From there, they move through these little tubes called the vasa efferentia and into the epididymis. And this part is absolutely critical. The epididymis is like a combination of a finishing school and a storage warehouse. It's where the sperm mature and get ready for their big journey. Once they're ready, they enter the vas deferens, which is basically the main highway that leads them out and up toward the abdomen.
And that brings us to the final part of the delivery system, the penis. It's made of special erectile tissue that allows it to do its job, which is, to facilitate insemination. And the urethra, which is the tube running right through it, acts as the final exit ramp for the sperm. But here's a key thing to remember. The sperm do not travel alone. No way. They need a special fluid to travel in, something to nourish them, protect them, and help them move. And that's where the support crew comes in. We're talking about the accessory glands.
Okay, so there are 3 main players on this support team. First, you've got the seminal vesicles. These guys provide a fluid that's packed with fructose, sugar. It's basically high-energy fuel for the sperm. Then there's the prostate gland, which adds an alkaline fluid. This is super important for neutralizing any acidity. And finally, the bulbourethral glands secrete a fluid that acts as a lubricant, just to make sure everything moves smoothly.
So let's put it all together. You take the final product from the factory, the sperm, and you mix it with all these special fluids from the support crew. What do you get? You get semen.
And here's a little detail that's actually pretty important. The liquid part, all by itself, the combined secretions from those glands, that's called seminal plasma. It's only when you add the sperm to that seminal plasma that you get what we call semen. It's the whole package, perfectly designed for survival and, of course, for transport.
So let's take a closer look at what's actually in this special cocktail. You've got that fructose we mentioned, which is pure energy. You've got calcium, which is essential for the sperm to function properly. You've got certain enzymes that will help later on with fertilization. And again, those alkaline fluids are just non-negotiable. They're the protective shield against the acidic environment of the female reproductive tract. See?
Every single ingredient in there has a very specific, very important job.
Okay, get ready for this because this is the part that just blows my mind every time. The sheer scale of this operation. In one single ejaculation, there are somewhere between 200 and 300 million sperm. Just think about that number. It's absolutely staggering, and it really shows you just how incredibly productive this tiny little factory is.
And that really is the main takeaway here. It's not just about one part doing its job. The entire system is this beautifully coordinated dance. You have the factory floor, the specialized workers, the complex transportation network, and the crucial support crew. All of it has to work together in perfect harmony.
So there you have it. That's our microscopic journey. From a single cell to hundreds of millions of potential new lives, all orchestrated by this unbelievably complex system that just works, day in and day out for decades. It really makes you think, doesn't it? Well, next time, we're going to explore the other half of this story, the equally amazing female reproductive system. I'll see you for that one.